Oh, look it, I love it. Yeah, like we see everybody's full. Mine
Oh, that's cute.
it says don't stop believing.
I love it.
I like that. Kind of like the song. That's what I think of. And us, don't stop believing that you can't kick sugar.
That's right.
Gotta keep going on, right? So there it is. Ho, ho, ho.
Yep. Yep.
My big ball. Tiffany, hi Tiffany. Is your
Hi.
sound working now? Good.
Yes, finally. I'm
Yes.
not technologically inclined, unfortunately. So
Well, I'm with you there too. Although I'm running a whole online empire. Go
Guys.
figure.
We have to start somewhere.
Exactly. All right, one more minute, ladies, to count down. Hi, Kelly. Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Yes,
you.
the
I
Christmas
love
tree.
that you are in front of your trees behind you. Perfect.
Well, I had to kick my husband out of the family room because he was watching football, and I said I need to be in front of the Christmas tree. So
Oh no. That now.
now he's in the other room.
Okay,
Yeah, that argument didn't work in my house. So
Mine either.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. Welcome, the official welcome. And I'm sure we'll have more pop on here because we had, I think, 48 people reserve seats. So hopefully a bunch will come on in a few minutes here. And this is our my first virtual anything party, holiday IKS party. So welcome all. Thank you for coming and for taking the time and wearing your holiday cheer and decor just to make it more fun. I love it. I'm seeing the blinking lights on Lynn now. It looks great. And it's just today I've got some real exciting announcements and giveaways. So I'm glad you're all here because the door prizes are going to people who RSVP'd and who are here today attending the party. So if you are in Facebook frequently in the group, which I think most of you are, then you probably noticed we just keep continuing to grow. Every time we have these meetups, I talk about how we're just growing and growing. Now we're up to 1,800 women in the group. And women are always still stunned and amazed, the old and the new, of just how much I offer and how I offer this free group to all of you. I don't know if you realize it, but there are so many programs out there, businesses that have actually turned their Facebook groups into paid monthly memberships. So people are astonished that, they get the fact that they're getting this group for no charge, considering that it costs me time to run it, for administration, to creating the ambassador and the leadership programs that give cash awards, to giving away swag in the community. And sometimes just the people who came in off the $5 or $14 audiobook. So I do get asked, why don't I charge? Well, first and foremost, I just love to give and I love to wow people. It's my happy place. It really is when I can give. And, not only in gifts, but in me, my time, my energy, support, my love, my help in all different ways. It just makes me feel good. And I have been blessed, or I could also say maybe luck, it has something to do with luck, to have amazing, generous, giving, and compassionate parents that have taught me that it feels better to give than to receive. That was the message I always heard from them growing up. And it really friggin' does feel better. And when we live in a world where customer service to me just seems to have flied out the door. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. I mean, I remember a time when I was taught in my jobs, when I went through my job trainings, that the customer is always right. Well, I still live by that. And I like to sell experiences and wow people. And this business, it gives me that ability and that opportunity and outlet to do that. And when there seems to be more businesses in the world that are getting away from giving more and instead they're giving less, I like to give more. It challenges me to want to do even more than to put more good out into the world. It's funny, when I was thinking about this the other day, it got me thinking, I'm like, do you remember, I'm sure all of you do, if you've flown back when I did, as we're all about the same age here, when you like could actually on the airplane, when you would get a menu, a hot towel, a deck of cards, heck, they'd give you 2 deck of cards, your little, the wings that you would get if you were a kid, and coloring books on the airplane. I mean, all of that included in the price. I mean, I just miss those days, so that's why I want to give and give and give in this group, because I just want to wow all of you and bring some joy into your life and good into the world, and let you know that there still are companies that still care, that are still out there doing good. And you know what? For it, I get responses back from women that make my day. Like, wow, that was a fast response just to an email, or somebody just purchased the audiobook and they immediately like text, I can't get it to work. And boom, myself or Dawn are right on it. How can we help you? Let's help you download it. Let's talk, they're thinking, it's like you reach out to customer service for something you might not hear for a day, 2 days sometimes. So I get, these wows from women saying, thanks for that bonus, or wow, you give so much swag, or thanks, I love mine. I can't believe I'm talking to you, even like when I respond back to an email, that you're helping me, the owner of the company. Is this really you, Joyce? And it's like, yes, it is. So all of that just makes me feel good and reminds me, lets me know I'm on the right path, that this is the path of good that I want to do for others, as well as everything else about kicking sugar, but as a customer service aspect of the business. So to all of you also who have given me or a team member a shout out and let us know, that my way of being has made a difference or given you a feel good moment, I just want to take a moment also and thank you ladies for that. I can't even begin to tell you how good it feels. So thank you also for giving back. In this holiday season, that's just a message I want to share with all of you today, to remember, because there's still a week to Christmas. We've got, the holiday still goes on until New Year. So about 12 days into New Year's, where we're still all festive, that it's about paying it forward. And it just feels good. So think about those people in front of a line, or if you're behind them, it's like pay for them, open a door, give them a smile, help somebody out, put something on their front doorstep while we're all in COVID right now and we can't go anywhere, whatever it is, it's just about giving. So in the spirit of giving, I've decided, I'm sure most of you know, to go really big. By now, you all should know that I am giving away $1,000 in cash prizes of my own money, and of course, cool swag. I love swag for the 90-day IKS challenge that starts in just 12 days, lady, January 1st. I can't believe the new year is here and it's going to be epic. Oh my gosh. Who is going, who's joining, and who is excited? Woo, let me see the woo, woo, woo. Yes, this is going to be an awesome, epic challenge. So I've had many private emails and messages from some of you, a little confused. You might not all be on the call tonight, but you'll replay this and watch us and get these questions answered about if you can join because of where you're at in the course. So I want to make that crystal clear to everyone tonight. This challenge is for everybody, every single one of you right now. So I really mean that wherever you are starting out with the I Kick Sugar, if you haven't worked the course yet and you just got that audiobook and you're listening for the first time, or if you're a seasoned IKS Pro, member right here that I see, a tribe member who people have done my live intensive, wanting to take your commitment to the next level, wanting to stay active in the conversation, or you're looking to go for that physical transformation, then this challenge is for you. So when you join the challenge, you're going to get a 50-page plus 59 to be exact guidebook, which I'm going to show you. I just printed mine out this weekend. I'm so excited. Dawn, I know you've got yours too. And I mean, it's packed, it's thick, it's awesome. And you're going to get that in conjunction with your course books that you have, because you do need the regular course book so you can work through it. And I've never had anyone buy it when they started with the audiobook who then said, oh, why did I have to buy this? I didn't need it. They're like, what took me so long to buy this? I love it. I love that I could write down stuff. I love that I could highlight stuff. It's like, it was there. I mean, I remember listening and replaying backing up so I could write down what your tasks were and write them over. And that was it. It was that simple. I just had to go buy the course books and it was laid out for me. Yes. So you get the guidebook that is used in conjunction with the course book. And you're also going to get a challenge portal website that's just for the people doing the challenge, where there's also extra PDFs, downloads, links, accountability tasks. They're all there. And if you don't own the course books, again, it's imperative you do need them. The audio book will not do. So how does the challenge work? Well, I designed the challenge in 2 phases. Be that it is a self-paced challenge. So you're all coming in, as we just discussed, from different places on your journey. But what's imperative to understand is that we all, no matter where you're at, have checkpoints and phases that we need to complete. And those checkpoints have certain deadlines. So you've got to pace yourself. I give you the pacing, but obviously I'm not in there. Okay, you need to do module 1 today and have it done in 3 days. So if something comes up and you're a day or 2 late, that's okay. But be sure you get those accountability tasks checked off by the end of phase 1, the first of that next month in February, so that you can move on to phase 2 and work on your nutrition and work on completing the last 2 tasks at the end of the challenge. So it's important, as I say, remember, to be eligible for those prizes, you must complete those tasks no later than the dates given in that portal website. So the first 21 days, this is how the challenge laid out. You work through the course, not changing anything with your food. I know a lot of you have heard that. And the ones who finally go back and do it, get it. And that's when you have the most success. Do not change anything with your food those first 21 days. And by then, if you do the course properly, you'll be ready and wanting. You'll be begging to declare your sugar freedom. Then the next 69 days is what I call phase 2. And that's where you'll be continuing to create your new identity of a healthy person who does not eat sugar. And you'll be focusing on your food and your new daily healthy habits to support your new lifestyle. So if you've already declared your day, if you're, already that seasoned pro, then what you're going to be doing is getting those accountability tasks done and moving into nutrition phase of the challenge and focusing on that along with those daily habits. That's key also, as you know. So I provided tangible, easy, actionable steps, tactical information. I've gathered and designed some really amazing extras for this challenge, including that guidebook and the website portal, just to put these systems into place to make the accountability as easy as 1, 2, 3. So simple. So over the next 12 weeks of the challenge, along with kicking sugar, you're going to learn to eat a clean anti-inflammatory diet. You know what that is, because sugar equals inflammation. Inflammation equals disease. So we're getting out that sugar. We're bringing in real, whole, nutrient-rich, dense foods to fill you up. This diet's designed to nourish your body and shed pounds. In the challenge guidebook and portal, I guide you on how to create your own healthy meals for losing weight. It's all about planning those meals out, planning. And to keep you on track, I've prepared those accountability tasks and lessons on nutrition and meal planning, along with tracker sheets and shopping lists. So what's really exciting is that we've also put into place, if you haven't gotten the email or noticed in the group, a buddy system for this challenge, where you'll have the option to be paired up with someone, hopefully someone in your time zone. If we get enough of these people in those time zones, that's what we're looking for there. And the 2 of you can support each other through the challenge. We're also going to have a hashtag for the Facebook group community that we currently are in, so that you'll never have to miss a post from the challenge. You would just type in that hashtag and you'll see everybody's posts, including ours coming from the team. You can see your own and know what's going on with the challenge. So when you're in the challenge, be sure anytime you're posting or talking about it, just do that hashtag. And that's in the website portal also. And of course, I'm going to be throwing 2-hour clarity calls on Zoom to answer any and all of your questions, just to check-in points to see how you're all doing. Anything that you want to talk about, I'm here. It's like my office hours. We're open. And if you should miss that, no sweat. They're going to be recorded and the playbacks are available in the challenge portal website. So curious, how many, I think I already asked already, how many are registered already and took advantage of the early bird discount? Yay, you gotta love those discounts. Now, if you haven't registered and you're really wanting to, I'm gonna make it super easy for you. I started getting emails when the doors closed on early registration. It was like, oh, I missed it. Wait, are you gonna do something else? And of course, being the giving person, it's still the holidays, right? I can give a gift. This is a perfect opportunity. We are going to be doing a special holiday gift right now. I'm offering a promo code to receive, again, $30 off. So use the promo code HOLIDAY30. Take advantage now. Dawn's going to put it up, the link in the chat box for you. I'll also be sure, obviously, to send out emails letting you know all about it, along with this replay of tonight's holiday party so you can watch all of this again. And speaking of emails, if you ladies aren't getting your emails, and it blows me away how bad email servers are and the systems out there. I mean, I've had, and some of you might have been in the live intensive, where we are interacting every day and we're telling you in the group face to face, hey, you're going to get this email tomorrow. And someone long standing, even like Amy's like, I didn't get that email. And it's sitting in her Gmail promotions folder. That's just where emails go. Sometimes my husband doesn't get my email when we've been corresponding back and forth forever. How they think that I'm junk and spam to him, I don't know. But so it's so crucial. You can avoid this by taking a few minutes, going into your address book or your contacts and just adding my email in there, the Joyce L. And Dawn's going to put that up also in comments so you know if you haven't noticed in the email. Whenever I'm sending you the email, that's the email you can respond back to and put in your address book, in your contacts. So that way the company knows that sending it out to you that, oh, they know each other. We want to make sure they get their mail from each other. All right. So Dawn's putting all that in there right now for you in the chat box if she hasn't already. Remember, I'm not looking over there. I don't want to confuse myself. Got to stay focused here. I am going in a minute hand over to Dawn the screen, and if you want to put up right now, Dawn, the screen for the drawing. We are going to do the drawing for, oh, hold on, Dawn. Can you go back? Wait a second, because I wrote down all the different 3 things. Well, I'll just describe them and then you can go back to what they were. Okay, put it back up. Sorry, ladies. Put it up, put it up, put it up. All right, so the door prizes before Dawn starts giving them away. You can see it. We've got number 1, a IKS tank top. Number 2, a I Kick Sugar coffee mug. Great for those hot tea rituals, ladies. Sit by the fire. Who needs hot chocolate loaded with sugar? Not me. I've also got a shaker because you should all be drinking protein. And inside the shaker bottle, it's got an Ultima, a wonderful little electrolytes packet with watermelon. And it also has the organic vegan protein. So you can try out one of the shakes. I use a shaker bottle like that every day, put in my scoop of chocolate or vanilla protein powder. I fill it up maybe halfway with water. I like mine a little bit more condensed. You decide how much water you want to use. Shake it up, room temperature water, cold temperature, whatever you want. I take a straw. I'm old school. And I just suck down my shake and I love it. And I'm powered. It's great for a night snack if you're feeling the munchies, Because as we've all talked about, and what you learn in the challenge, nighttime's the worst time to be eating anything, even something healthy. So if you have to, have a shake to fill you up. And then we're giving away right now also one lucky winner is going to get a gift certificate to enter for their entrance into the 90-day challenge. So if you haven't gotten it and you get picked, you are so lucky. And if you get picked, if that's your name that gets pulled out of the hat and you get it and you're like, oh, I already signed up, find a friend, a family member, somebody to gift it to and get them on board, and you got your buddy and you're all set. So that's something that you could do with them, which would be fun. All right, Dawn, I'm going to let you take it away. And I know you've put everybody's name in these adorable bags and you're going to start pulling. Dawn, we can't hear you.
I had to unmute. Okay. So everybody's names are in here. And hopefully I pull out somebody who's actually here today. So the first one is for an IKS sugar mug. Debbie Conklin. Is Debbie here tonight?
Is there a Debbie? A Debbie?
Debbie, if you're here, go ahead and put in the chat.
Raise your hand. Do an SOS if you are here. If there's no Debbie, then we're going to pick another person. Debbie, Debbie. I don't see Debbie. All right, we're moving on to another name.
Melissa Sampson.
Melissa Sampson. Is Melissa here? Melissa, come on down. You're the next contestant. No, Melissa. All right, pick again.
Oh my goodness, we might be a while. Joetta Freeman.
Joetta.
Nope.
No.
Oh my goodness. All these people said they're to be here.
Not good.
Nelson family. Is that you?
Nelson, Rhonda Nelson.
No, it's Beth Nelson.
Oh, no.
I know there's a Nelson family on. Is that?
Well, it doesn't count if you just.
Okay.
Oh, I see it. Did you call it?
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Who got it?
You are going to email me, and I'll put my email in the chat here after I'm done, but you get the mug. So next is for the tank top. Tiffany's here. Tiffany Geiger. You get the tank top.
Awesome.
Now,
might need that for your daughter, Tiffany. Yeah.
All right. So now let's hope I got lucky again. Jessica Standeffer. I don't recognize that one.
We have a Jessica. No. Boy, where'd everybody go?
They're not here.
I know. Well, they're missing out.
Natalie Mexa.
Natalie. Do we have a Natalie in the house?
Okay.
Boy, this is taking a while.
Kim Shores.
No. Tammy's doing a good job. I'm watching her head.
Exactly.
If Tammy says no or yes, follow her.
Kelly Crow.
Do we have a Kelly Crow?
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness.
I can't give away stuff. Bridget Caldwell.
Bridget's
here.
We got
awesome.
a Bridget. We got Bridget.
You get the sampler that has the shaker bottle, the protein shake, and the Ultima.
Woohoo!
All right, and here's the big one.
The big one, people.
Let's hope I pull out one that's here.
Right.
Ready?
We're ready.
Yvonne.
Here. Nope, don't see Yvonne. Woo!
Mary Kingston.
So. Nope. Boy, I can't give away stuff. What's going on here?
Marsha. I don't think there's a Marsha.
We should have just put everything for everyone that was here.
Exactly. Rhonda Nelson.
We have a Rhonda Nelson.
We have a Rhonda. Rhonda, you get a 90-day challenge entry.
Awesome. Rhonda, can you unmute Rhonda for a second?
Here, I got it.
Rhonda, were you already signed up or is this?
No, I was going to sign up tomorrow.
Whoa, awesome. Well, happy holidays to you. Now you better keep
Congratulations.
showing up for the challenge because you see what happens when people miss out on stuff.
Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you
Okay.
bet.
All of
Awesome.
the winners, make sure you email me. I just put it in the text box so that way I can get your addresses and your email address, Rhonda, so we can get you guys taken care of.
Perfect. And tank top size.
Yes, and tank top
Great.
size.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so just gave away some fun swag here, door prizes. I also want to give something else away. This is really special, something that was homemade, so to speak. Marianne, I see you there. I'm so glad you made it. Yay, Marianne. Okay, so the other day in the email box, my email box, I received a rendition of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It was a gift for me from a fellow tribe sister, Mary Ann. That's why I'm so happy, because I know she wasn't sure if she was going to make it today with being at work. So glad you made it. And can I just say, this woman is so friggin' talented. Wow. She wrote the entire story all centered around I kick sugar and kicking sugar. And it is just so creative. And she really wanted to share it with all of you also. So with her blessing, I recorded it, the story. I read what she had wrote, and I created a PDF for it as well, a version, and I uploaded it into Soundwise. And you can go listen in your audiobook. When you go into your audiobook in the app, you'll see it says bonus section right there up on the top. It will be before any of the other modules, and it'll say bonus gift, I think. And you can click on there and listen to it, and the PDFs in there as well, all of it. I mean, it's just so cute and creative. And it was just so much fun to read. So thank you, Mary Ann, for taking the time for us to do that for me and for the whole group. So again, when you're inside, you can see on the screen here, you'll see that it says bonus holiday gift. Just go ahead, click on that. You'll get to listen to it. It's about 3 minutes long. There's also, I just want to make note, up in the top right corner, if you see there's a little envelope, that's always where I just discovered that too. So I'm going to start sending you ladies messages in your Soundwise app. Messages with headquarters, latest announcements I'll have, and they're also on the top. Didn't realize I could add that all this time. So we've got some extra fun things we can do in Soundwise also. So be sure you check that out after the call. You're going to love it. And if you see Mary Ann in the group, give her a shout out, tell her how you loved it, you listened to it. I know it would mean a lot hearing that from her, because she spent a lot of hours writing this. All right, Dawn, thank you. Okay, so let's talk. I know what you're all here also to hear about. Ambassador. Woo, woo. Are you all excited to meet your next ambassador today? I know I am excited to show her to you. So for those of you who are new, I know we've got a couple new ones here, might not know, I Kick Sugar has an ambassadorship program. You can learn more about it on the main website, on the top menu bar, under the About section. It'll drop down and it'll say ambassador. So click there, you can learn more. Since I launched the program, I do have women reaching out to me a lot, interested in the program, wanting to know what they have to do to become an ambassador. How do I get this big check? How do I get cool swag? How do I become a leader in I Kick Sugar? Well, I'm always looking. Actually, now all the ambassadors, my whole team, we're always looking, all of these eyes now. It's not just my eyes anymore that are keeping an eye on the group in search of the next ambassador. And as I mentioned on the website, these are women that have completed the course, declared their sugar freedom, and they're active daily in the group, supporting, commenting, encouraging others. It's so crucial just that you first do the work of the course. You have a clear, strong grip of the material, the philosophy, and that you lead by example. And as you all know, I all preach, it's not about perfection, but it is about progress and declaring that sugar freedom. And it's about understanding language. That language is so key, and habits are so key to your healthy, happy life. Bottom line, any ambassador is an extension of me, and the IKS brand. So they have to be quirky and weird and goofy and fun, just like me. Wacky, weird, but wonderful. And I have to be mindful of really who I vet in for those reasons. With that said, I am so excited to announce to you the next woman who's being honored today, right now, and is going to be your next official ambassador to join the IKEA's team alongside Dawn, Tammy, and Amy, all of us. Now, this woman, she goes back since the beginning of time. No, since the beginning of May, when I first launched my Facebook campaign, which really is what put I Kick Sugar on the map. Before that, nobody knew about me except local citizens. No, I had some, actually, even some people in other countries. I don't know how they found me. So when she joined the private Facebook group back in May, it was actually May 13th, I only had 79 members, ladies, back in May. And that's crazy now, because now we've got, as you remember, I said 1,800. I mean, it's just growing exponentially. Let me tell you, I was the only one posting in that group. So to get things motivating and started with you guys to interact, so it wasn't just me always posting and commenting, I put on a little challenge. You see, Facebook keeps a tally. Of course they do, right? They keep a tally of everything on your life, of each member's involvement. So I can actually just see with a simple chart how many members are, what members are posting, how many posts they have, comments they likes, their interactions. And it allows me quickly to see, so I'm not missing anything, who's really active in the group just by glancing at that chart. So I decided back in May to tell everybody in the group about this, that this is what Facebook groups that they do. And I decided to create a giveaway for IKS swag to the person who interacts the most by the end of the month. Well, she jumped right in and she started posting. She declared in one post that she was committing to a different yoga pose for her new healthy habit that she was going to work on every day for a week, and that she was going to post a picture of that yoga pose in the group every day. And guess what? She did. She honored her word and she did it. And then guess what? That motivated others to jump in and start posting and sharing about their journey. And soon no one was reading my posts and you all just took over. Rest is history. And yes, she won the very first swag giveaway. So she's been with me now on the IKS journey now for 7 months. I can't wait till one day I can say 7 years. So what I hope is that shows you that this isn't a quick fix diet. If that's what you're looking for, I'll tell you right now, you're in the wrong place. You can just leave, you know? I mean, I am teaching you and offering a community and a course and now a challenge that's all about creating real lasting change. It is a journey that you're on. Maybe I couldn't tell you that right up front when, you know, I got you in on the ad, because you might be like, oh, it's a big, long journey. But you discover once you're in there, wow, it's magical. Now, I know you thought you were just signing up for sugar. That's what she thought she was doing, but that's the magic, you know, and that's what I love reading from so many people in posts. They share it privately with me that soon they discover that when they go through the course, that it's not just about sugar. Because once you kick sugar, you discover a whole other world for you that you couldn't imagine for yourself when you're addicted to that white stuff. And what I love about our next ambassador is that she lives and she breathes the IKS philosophy and truly embodies what I'm teaching about self-love and progress, not perfection on the journey. She gets the work, she understands. I mean, really, really understands that lasting change, if you want lasting change, it happens when we start changing those daily, small daily habits of ours. And some that have nothing to do with sugar or food, like the yoga postures, you know, or listening to a positive podcast, or meditating, or reading positive mindset books, which she does. So crucial. So it has been such an honor to watch her grow in these months into the woman that she was born to be. And since she started her program, since she started the course, the sugar-free journey, she has now lost 28 pounds and has dropped 9% body fat. She's dropped 6 sizes from a 14 down to an 8. Wow. And no more nausea, heartburn, stomach issues, and her acne is practically gone. Now, as awesome as all of that is, which it is, what really makes my heart happy is when I hear from her that the best part of her journey is learning to love herself and have the courage to reach for those dreams. So she is now building, get this, her own online business. And she told me a year ago, before IKS, she never could have imagined where she'd be today. She said, letting go of what doesn't serve you, like sugar, that opens up room to allow in what does. Getting a little teary-eyed because it's just so powerful. It is so true. You just don't think, you can't think about this logically, the connection of the two. Like, how does, giving up sugar change your life so dramatically? But it does, ladies. It really does. And she's a living testament to that. I have to say, even though she has come so far in her transformation journey, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, I know the world is just beginning to see her gifts and talents. And she's just reached the tip of her potential, really. So look out, world. This woman is on fire and is just going to continue to learn, to grow, to train, and expand on her new healthy lifestyle. So without any further ado, are you all ready for your next ambassador? Yeah, woo, woo, woo. All right, ladies, allow me to introduce to you the 4th I Kick Sugars ambassador of the IKS tribe. I'm going to say this just like how Oprah does her announcements. Melissa Slocum! Yay! Yay, Melissa! Woo, woo, woo! Oh my goodness, look good. Oh wow, look at this big check. I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how does it feel? I mean, did you ever think when you purchased the I Kick Sugar course, back then it was just $5, and you joined the Facebook group community in May, that you would be inducted into the exclusive tribe of women as an IKS ambassador and get a big check for $250?
No, I did not even imagine I would be kicking sugar in December, right? I got the book and I thought, yeah, I need to give up sugar. I know I do, but I don't really want to, and I don't think I will. So,
I've read that a lot in the group.
it was one of those like impulse buys. Hey, it's $5. I was laying in my bed, scrolling on Facebook, and I had been reading about hormone imbalance because I felt like I had some symptoms that were causing me to have a hormone imbalance. And I had read about how you needed to kick sugar or, stay under 25 grams of sugar to naturally balance your hormones. And I also had lots of stomach issues that I'd had for a long time. And my husband was often pointing out, I think you're having these when you eat too much sugar. And nobody wants to hear that from their husband. But I was like, I think he's probably right. Yeah. And then we had the 2 months of, school stopped. I'm a teacher. So we came home. We weren't going to school. We were stuck at home. And I was just making cookie dough, 3 times a week and eating the whole thing. So I was like, okay, well, $5, I can buy this for $5. And if I get something out of it, awesome. But there's no way that I'm going to actually kick all sugar out of my life. That's not possible. I didn't think.
Right. Yeah. And yet you did once you stopped thinking. So
Yeah.
you're feeling pretty good right now, I'm guessing.
Yes. Feeling
yeah. Well,
great.
what I love about your journey, most about your journey, I mean, you're a prime example of what a healthy journey looks like once you've made your declaration to live that sugar-free life. Because, one can't get to declaring their day without loving themselves first. You got to get to that, because that's the root of this course also, right? Is self-love. And that, as I know you realize, that's where the miracles start to happen in our lives. When we choose ourselves, when we choose our word, integrity, and when we have self-love. Because when you love yourself, you care about yourself, right, ladies? You don't treat yourself like trash if you love yourself. You don't harm yourself with the food. You don't berate yourself with your negative self-talk. You keep your word to yourself. You have integrity with that word. Bottom line, you put yourself first. And boy, when you do that in your life, that's what I'm trying to get you all to, that point. When you put yourself first, your life changes and opens up for you. And your journey, Melissa, is proof of this. I've watched you over the 7 months stay the course by making small improvements. You weren't like, oh my God, this is a quick fix. I got to get this all right and I have to be perfect and do this today. Small improvements in your daily life. I read your posts in the past and saw when you had a day where you might have veered off that road, because remember, there's no wagon to fall off, ladies. Saying that to lots of, sometimes I still see it in the group, even when we know this, and you've heard this lecture of mine about veering off the road. That, when you personally, Melissa, since your declaration, veer off a little bit, but you just adjust that wheel back into the center lane. So share with us, because you're long-standing, 7 months here. You're big to do here, a senior to us all here. Sharing your own words, what your journey, you talked a little bit about some of the health issues, how you found, me on there. But since then, once you found me, what's it been like for you over these 7 months? And how have you stayed committed, to your healthy lifestyle? I think that's the big one. How do you stay in that conversation committed to the lifestyle and the declaration that you made 7 months ago?
Well, I went back through my journal to kind of reread my thoughts, because I was like, how do I remember 7 months? It feels like a lifetime ago in some respects. And then it also feels like it was yesterday,
Yes.
But I wanted to point out, this is the journal I started with, you guys. It's this tiny little book I got at the dollar store. And I had bought it in February because I was going to start writing down how much sugar I was eating. And then, COVID hit and I was eating tons of sugar and not writing that down anymore. Then I got the IKS sugar course book, and it said, to write in your journal. So this was my very first journal entry. I just wanted to share it with you guys. It says, I bought an audiobook called IKS Sugar. She recommends journaling about sugar. I know I have a sugar addiction problem and that it's wreaking havoc on my body, though I felt better lately, so maybe I can keep eating sugar. Today was a stressful work day with staff meeting. I craved cookie dough and gave in, but it only made me feel sick and I have a headache. I'm really scared to actually try and kick sugar. I'm afraid it will alienate me socially. I'm afraid I don't have the willpower, because I didn't know yet, you didn't need that, or to stick to it or enjoy fruits and vegetables enough to make those my main meal source. I did feel hope when I saw Joyce, the author of I Kick Sugar, post about making banana bread that was low in sugar on her Facebook page. So I'll keep listening and journaling. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of my first, okay, if I can have banana bread sometimes, then maybe I can do this course, and so I did, and I listened, I didn't buy the course book at first. I just had the audiobook. So I was that person who was rewinding and taking copious notes. And I was writing word for word and pausing the video, what the tasks were, so that I could go through and do them. But my big aha moments as I was going through the course were really just that awareness that sugar is so ingrained in our culture and in our day-to-day lives that I hadn't really consciously thought about that before it was pointed out in the course. And so that really started opening my eyes to these lies that we believe about why we need sugar, and why it's so hard to give up sugar, because you have to really, like we've all said, we have to change our thoughts about it, and we have to change our views and our traditions around it and all of those things. And that's a big shift. when you have to change all those things in your life that you had just grown up believing, you know?
Right.
So then I declared my day and I started on the journey, and I had horrible cravings and headaches for the first month or two. Like, it was really, I had to be in the group and journal, and it was so, so helpful to get like things from Joyce, you know, like the EFT tip that she gave. And so I was like, okay, I can sit with my craving. I don't have to give into it. I can love myself, even though I'm having this craving right now. I can eat a giant spoonful of natural peanut butter if I just can't seem to, you know,
Yes.
get past this feeling that I need something. So I just sat with those cravings, and I tried to just like accept who I was and why I was having those cravings, and tried to stop that, you know, that ego that we talk about in the course is just constantly telling you, you need this, you have to have this. And I would just, you know, quiet. I don't need this. Yes, I feel this way, but I'm just going to feel this way. And that's it, you know? And I started noticing other things, like I was having a lot more energy. I was being able to stay up and like do yoga at 7 o'clock at night, which before, like after 7 o'clock, like I was just waiting for my kids to get in bed so I could go to bed before this. And there's no way I would work out at 7 o'clock at night. And so just starting those healthy habits was so empowering and important, and to start feeling that energy and just to start feeling good, you know, you don't want to go back to how you felt before.
Right.
And yeah, there were days like, I am feeling stressed, or I ate this cookie because it was my child's birthday and now I feel sick. And I'd write about it, and I would realize, you know, I don't want to feel this way. So change what I do. And there was a lot of work also on loving myself, you know, like you talked about. Like, I decided, like, if I'm going to get through this, what I have to do is I have to write down what I like about myself every day and what I love about myself every day, because I'm not changing my body because I hate the way it looks, which is how I felt before, but I'm changing because I love my body and I want to take care of my body and I want to have energy and I want to be able to be with my kids and spend quality time and not have to feel like I have to fall in bed at night and not have enough energy to do the things that I want to do. I mean, even like staying up to read to my son before bed, it's like I'd be so tired some nights. It's like, just have your dad read to you. And I don't want to be that mom, you know. I want to be able to read to my son at night and not be too tired to do that. So I just felt like there was this shift in starting to do those daily things and shifting that mindset from I hate the way my body looks, I hate the way it feels, to I love my body and I want to take care of it. And so this is what I'm going to do for it.
Right.
And then we got to school starting. So I felt like I did really, really good first 4 months. After those first 2 months, getting through the cravings, like they were a lot less. They weren't there. I felt like this freedom, like I could choose what to put in my body, and I wasn't fighting with that voice anymore telling me I needed other things. But then school started, and our particular district required teachers to come back on campus, even though we were teaching remotely. And I was upset that they were forcing us to do that when there was no reason why I needed to go on campus. And I commute 30 minutes there and back. So my kids are at home, stuck at home. My husband had to quit his job because we needed somebody to stay at home with our kids. And I felt like it was unnecessary, and I was angry and I was stressed because Zoom teaching is not easy, and you've never done it before. I mean, I've taught for 14 years. Zoom teaching is not like teaching in the classroom in any way. So you're trying to learn, like you feel like a new teacher again. You're trying to learn a whole new career practically. And I started noticing thoughts creeping in, like, you deserve that cookie that's in the staff room because you're working really hard, you know? And I noticed, I recognized that and was like, I think I need to listen to the course book again. So I started listening to it again. I started trying to be, I had not been active in the group when school started because it was just a lot. So I tried to like make sure I'm reading people's posts and commenting from time to time. And then you started advertising in September about the October intensive. And I was thinking to myself, you know, I did it with the $5 course book. I could probably just do the course book again. And then my dad called to tell me that my grandma had probably 3 months to live. And she's still kicking, but 2 days after that, my dad called to say my grandpa, married to that same grandma, had maybe a month to live. And then a day or two after that, he's not going to make it to the end of the week. And it was in that phone call from my dad that I was like, you know what, I need more support. Like, I'm not going to make it through this month.
Yeah.
I can't look at my mom over there. She's crying. I'm not going to make it through this month because if I don't have more support, because I didn't know how long my grandma was going to live, and my grandpa passed away. So I signed up for the October intensive. That was the last like day you could sign up for it, because I just knew I needed to give myself that support. And so I bought the course book for the first time to print out in October. And I did the October intensive, and it was life-changing. Like, I kind of felt like I was at a crossroads at that point. Like, either I'm committed to this journey and I'm going to continue because this is what's good for me, or I'm going to give it up and I'm going to just start doing what I was doing before. And I didn't want to do that. When I picked up the book, I didn't want to lose 30 pounds, 28 pounds. Like, I was picking it up because I wanted to balance my hormones. And that was just like a happy side effect, that everything like started, you know, my body kind of is going back to its natural state and what it's comfortable doing. And so when we started, like when we did the vision board, is kind of when, like, for me, it was like, you know what, I have a vision for my life, and I don't need to let other people, the school board telling me that I have to be at school when I don't want to be. I don't have to do what they're telling me to do. Like, I can start building what I want my life to look like. And it's because I love myself enough to have kicked out sugar, to have given myself support when I needed it, to recognize that I get to choose for myself. You know, I choose what goes in my body, how I treat my body. I can choose what I want to do with my time and my energy. So,
yeah. Oh, my goodness, what a journey.
yeah.
Wow. You just walked me through the whole journey that I went through with you on Facebook, watching it all. So it's such an honor and privilege to have been a part of that with you. I mean, I think, you know, let's talk a little bit. You just ended it right there with finding, you know, wow, this leading you from where you started to then the end is like, okay, now I think I want to start my own business, you know, since kicking sugar. And I think that's important for women to hear, because it's something that I'm always teaching, is that you need to find your why, you know. So many of us are trying to kick it out of desperation, like I was. And that desperation shows up in our lives where we think we're kicking it out, like because we're either overweight or we're depressed, we have anxiety, illnesses, disease. And we think these are the problems that we're getting the course and that we're going to go fix. And that's what really is the problem. Once I fix that, what we see though is really that these are symptoms of something deeper, right? And that's that why that I discuss, getting to that root to discover what's making you depressed when you turn to use sugar to numb yourself. These are so many of us who feel that we aren't living our purpose. I mean, that was my big why, like why I was depressed, you know, because like, where was my passion? Where was my purpose in life? Living our potential. And that we really are trying to numb ourselves. I would try and numb myself with that by, you know, that pain that it caused me by the sugar. So I know, as you said, when you bought the course, it wasn't your intention, all of this stuff that's happened in your life in 7 months. And one of them certainly wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get the IKS Sugar course so I can find my power and start my own business, you know? So share with everyone, you know, how did you, kicking the sugar, open up for you the ability to dream for yourself a little bit more deeper, maybe, you know, so that you have it, that you had the ability to go after it, you know, fulfilling your vision of being an entrepreneur. What was it inside of you that made you feel that? Dawn, is there someone who has their sound on? I'm hearing some back thing there going on. Anyone with sound? Nothing that you see? All right, hopefully it stops. Sorry, Melissa.
That's
So
okay.
yeah, just expand, you know, just ended there. Boom, that's really big. Like, tell us, like, how are you feeling now about that? And is it, you know, do you feel kind of like, oh, I'm a badass, you know, like I have power, I believe in myself, where you weren't before? So you tell me.
Yeah, well, I think before, so I've always been the one who was supporting my family financially. So I started working when my oldest son, I have 3 sons. My oldest son is 13 and he was 3 months old when my husband lost his job. And it was kind of like, okay, one of us has to get a job. And I had just finished the credential program. So I became a teacher, and that's just what I did. And I thought that I would teach maybe for a couple of years. My husband would get a job and I'd be able to stay home with my kids. But that never happened. And so I kind of resigned myself to, I don't get to be home with my kids. I am the worker. I work, I support my family financially. That's what I do. And then I'm going to read another journal entry to you because this was during the live intensive. And I came home and I wrote, every day this week, I've come home and wanted a treat of some kind. What do I really want? I want to be home with my kids and quit my job. I want control over my work schedule. It's time to go all in and get what I want. And I think like that's the power that came from, like I said, like I didn't want a sugary treat to numb that feeling. I want to be home with my kids. I want to be able to drop them off at school in the morning and pick them up. And so what do I have to do to get that? And this, you know, whole COVID situation has opened up these different possibilities for online business and working with families. And so it just kind of is empowering to know, like, yeah, maybe I can't quit my job today because I'm not there yet, but I can start building building what I want to get where I want. So I can take these same steps like we do when we're kicking sugar. I didn't just finish the course and was perfect. I'm still not perfect.
None of us are. None of us ever will be.
we're learning and we're growing. And so, you know, I started with just some online tutoring and I started, you know, creating courses. I shared this with Joyce last week when I was talking to her. I got my very first client to join my course. Yay! And not just want the personal, everybody wants a tutor, a personal tutor, but if I can help other people, there's a lot that I can do that I don't have physical time to do. But if you join my course and you want to learn how to read, I can help kids. So I'm just excited because before I did this, like, I don't think I would have sat down with a vision board and like drawn out, okay, look, I want to be healthy and I want to be home with my kids and I want, like, here's what I want. I never would have done that because I would have thought to myself, I can't do that. I have to work. I need the income. That's my life. That's what I have to do. But I feel like this course just changed all that to I can do whatever I want to do. I kick sugar. I lost 30 pounds. I did not think I was going to do that. I can do whatever I dream to do. So I think that's where the power comes.
I think you just nailed it right there. Like that you changed your mindset for the sugar, but that mindset is the same mindset that we need for all areas of our life, how we act with our relationship, how we are with work or our business or our kids. And it shifts, it just pours over that. You know, you can't have and do this course and be successful at it without having the effects of it pour over in other areas of your life. And you're proof for that. So, wow, that's amazing. You know, and you talked about how you were a teacher. You've been a teacher for 14 years, elementary school, right? Elementary little ones.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta hand it to you. And the last 3 years, particularly as a reading specialist. So first off, thanks for your service. Thank you. Seriously, I do think that teachers, it's the hardest job, one of the most important jobs, I believe, in the world that gets not enough appreciation and is disgracefully probably the lowest pay. I mean, that you are, the future is in your hands, you know, in teachers' hands. Crazy. So what advice, being a teacher, you know, would you give your fellow tribe sisters here working the modules? You know, could you share from a teacher's perspective how you open up your students' minds to fresh possibilities? You know, the ones that come in, you've read it in the group, you know, I love my donut. I can't give up sugar in my donut. I love it too much. Fresh possibilities and ways of thinking that when they don't believe that they can grasp the material, you know, because it's the same for women that don't believe that they can do this. So what advice?
Yeah, so I made a little list because I was like, okay, how is teaching like kicking sugar? How do we apply these lessons? So
Yeah.
the first thing that came to me was relationships. Like, number one, if I don't have a good relationship with my students, they're not going to listen to me. You know, they're not going to do what I want to do. And I feel like we have such a great opportunity in our group to have relationships with each other and with you, Joyce, and with the other ambassadors. Like, we have that support there, and all you have to do is reach out and somebody is going to reach back and respond and interact. And there are lots of people in that group who like want to be accountability buddies or other things like that. So we have that like built in. You can have that relationship and trust.
But you have to use it.
Yes. I mean,
Right,
you have to definitely reach out.
yeah.
And then like nothing in the classroom would work if I didn't have strong routines and procedures.
Mm.
And I feel like that's the same thing with kicking sugar. Like, you have to put into place your daily habits. You
Mm.
have to write in your journal. You have to drink your water. I mean, all these little things like that maybe you think don't have anything to do with kicking sugar. Those are the things you need to put in place just because that they make you who you are every day.
It's
you know?
building that discipline. It's building that
Yes.
discipline, as I always talk about, like in the Alive Intensive, of non-threatening habits, things that don't have, you know, like, okay, we're not going to do the discipline. You can't have the sugar, but do the discipline if you're going to drink the water, and you're working those neurotransmitters in your brain and building on that.
And one of the things that I noticed when I was going back and reading through my journal was things like that. Like today, oh, I didn't eat very good, but I did the 3-minute workout and I did my yoga and I did, so you can like, even if like you veer off a little bit in one area, you just keep plugging away at what you are doing. And like Tammy is always so really good about pointing out, like, you ate bad for breakfast, eat good for lunch. Like, you don't have to give up the whole day or every single habit that you have just because you made one little mistake.
Right.
There's still a lot to learn. I'm also very big with my kids, teaching them about growth mindset. So I have these growth mindset posters in my classroom.
Love
and
it.
It says, change your words or change your thoughts, change your mindset. And so these were just a couple of the posters that I felt really applied to us. One of them, so it has like a gray background, and here's what you used to think: I'll never be as good as her. And here's our colorful, happy one. This is what we change our thoughts to: I'll figure out what she does and try it. Right? So we can just flip what we're thinking to, I could never do that, to, hey, what is she doing? What can I learn from that other person? And then another one was, this is too hard, right? So we don't think this is too hard. We think this may take some time and effort. And it will. Everything that you learn takes time and effort. You don't learn the ABCs and know how to read a book.
Yes.
You learn baby steps along the way, and then eventually you get to that end result. But it takes time, and it takes small, consistent steps and effort.
Yes. And to add to that, anything that's hard work, I mean, you want to look for the hard work. You don't want the quick fix, that simple magic pill, because that just won't last. So it's that hard work. When you know that there's hard work in front of you and you just set to those tasks, that's where you know that's the road where there's rewards, you know, on the road and at the end. It's like, so follow the hard work and you can't lose.
Yeah. And then the last one I want to share was, I can't do any better. You might think that to yourself, but the flip to that is I can always improve and I can always keep trying. Like, you can always do better. And, you know, that applies to us kicking sugar. That applies to my students when they're doing a math problem and they think they can't do better. You know, I always tell them, you can always write neater, for sure. Most all of them. But, you know, there's always something you can do better.
Yes.
You have to look for it. And then I also wanted to share, you know, we all learn in different ways. So one way might not speak to somebody like a different way might. And as a teacher, I'm always having to look for how do I reach this particular student. But we're lucky because Joyce has pretty much hit all of those different modes for us. Like auditory learner, you can listen to the audiobook. A visual learner, there's videos to watch. So here's my course book. It's in a black binder because it was just my free binder that was sitting on my shelf, and I printed it out, you know, and so it's just in black and white because that was the cheapest way to print it. But you know,
it does the job. That's all it needs to do.
Yeah, you can go back, you can look visually. I can go back and find and reference things. That's what I like. That's what I was missing when I only had the audiobook, is that ability to go back and like, what did she say about that? And just find that little spot, you know?
Right. And would you agree? I want your professional opinion now, being a teacher. You're like the expert on the call here. That, don't you agree? Because I'm always saying there's just something that happens, like when you are listening and you're writing and, you know, you're doing the pen to the paper. It isn't just like reading it. It isn't just hearing it, but also like writing it, highlighting it, that it has an imprint even more powerful on your brain to get that information in. Am I just making this up, or is this true?
There's research studies that show that
even
taking notes with paper and writing things actually is better for your brain than like typing it, like listening and typing it. So there's something with that pen in your hand, writing it, that does.
Yes. So don't think through your thoughts, what you want, you know, you're saying to yourself, pretending that you're writing in your journal. Actually sit down and write in your journal. Because you had that, people always ask me, I don't know what to write in my journal. You have 1,000 billion thoughts a day. You've had those conversations. Not to mention they go in and you guys are all posting in the group. What you post when you ask a question or how your day was, that's what you're supposed to write in your journal, is that. And then better than even all of us can respond, your wise alter ego is going to come forth and comfort you and guide you on the correct answer and where to take you with that. Sorry to interrupt there, Melissa.
That's okay. The last one was just hands-on kinesthetic learners. We have tasks. We have tasks that we're supposed to do. So that's the hands-on piece of it. You have to do the tasks because that's where a lot of the learning and the growth happens, is in those tasks.
Yes.
So,
oh, that's awesome. Would love having a teacher. We have a real teacher now in the group. This is exciting. I mean, I know we have a lot of teachers, but I give you some great credit there. So Melissa, we've got one last question before we wrap this up today. Do you officially accept my invitation as being our next IKS ambassador?
yes, absolutely.
Yay! All right, ladies, you heard it from her. She has accepted. It is official. I want to thank you all for being on this call, for joining me today for the holiday party, for cheering and welcoming Melissa on. Remember, if you're passionate, who's ever out there watching right now, committed to building your future for yourself, your journey with the IKS brand, and you're ready to take your nutrition, your health, happiness to the next level. And as you see from all of us here, if you love helping and serving in our community, then you just might be ready for the ambassador program. Remember, we're all always watching. We've got an extra set of eyes now. They're going to be watching on people. I'm going to be sending out an email with this video right now, the replay. You can also see Melissa's bio. I'm going to be posting that within 24 hours on the main website page, and posting some information in the group. So I just want to wish all of you a happy, healthy holiday. We still have some holiday time left. I hope to all see you partake in the 90-day challenge. I love these Zoom calls with all of you. I can't wait to do some more in the challenge. There's no excuse with the holiday promo code now for the couple of people who have emailed. You've got the holiday code, holiday 30. So use it. You're going to get that low price, $97. It's going to be epic. You're going to get this book along with it. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. I've had women who are like, oh, why didn't I join the live intensive? Why didn't I join the 30-day October or the 8-week? You'll regret not being a part of it. It's just going to be exciting. And you're going to see all the hoopla and excitement and all of people's progress in the group also. So let's make you be one of those also. All right, ladies, thank you. I wish you all a happy, safe holiday. Remember, together, all of us, we can kick sugar. Yay! All right, ladies, bye. Happy holidays.